you doing, sister? You want to come past, or you want to hit a? Okay. Okay. All praise to the Most High. Yeah, no problem. No problem. This is what God require from His people, right? This is why we was born. This is why the Lord put us in the womb and put us in the world for this matter right here. Read that.
Ecclesiastes 12:13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God. Read on.
Fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
This is the whole duty of man, right? Give me Revelation 14 and 12. That's the whole duty. That's your whole purpose. Fear God, right? That's the beginning of wisdom, right? And to keep His commandments, right? We know that we have to keep the commandments because the commandments keeps the order.
That's right.
It keeps you disciplined. You have to keep the Sabbath, right? You honor thy mother and father, right?
That's right.
Don't be an adulterer. Don't be a fornicator, whoremonger. All of these different things. Don't be a drunkard.
That's right.
All of these things, man, the Lord require of thee, right? Read that for me, elder.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 12. Here's the patience of the saints.
Here are the patience of the saints. Who are the saints? The saints are God's chosen people, right? Here's the patience of the saints.
Israelites.
Read on.
Here are they that keep the commandments of God,
Right.
and the faith of Jesus.
Right.
And
Right. Keep the faith, keep the commandments in God, and the faith in Christ, man. Right? That's the whole duty too. You have to keep the commandments of the Most High God and keep the faith in His Son, Jesus Christ. You believe in Jesus Christ? All praises to the Most High, right? Read on with that, elder.
Okay. And verse 13. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works to follow them.
Right. And they works. What are they works? Right? Right? The works is the commandments.
That's right.
Right? That's your works. That's what the Lord require of thee. Let's get some commandments. Let's go to Leviticus. Right? You give me Leviticus 11 and 7. You give me Exodus 20. Let's start at verse 8.
20 and 8.
Yes, sir. Bring that up.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 7. And the swine.
This is one of the commandments, man, right? Now, when you go to your churches today, right?
That's right.
They're teaching our people false things when they tell you that you can eat anything, right?
That's
the
right.
Lord doesn't require for us to eat anything, right? Because when we eat anything, when you eat filthy pigs and filthy animals that the Lord had told you not to eat, it sets up all type of heart disease. It sets up gout, diabetes, right? Heart failure, different things, right? When you disobey the Lord's word, then evil things and bad things happen, right?
That's right.
So the Lord tells you what to not eat and what to stay away from. Read that.
And the swine, though he divideth the hoof,
Swine is a pig, you know?
and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud.
Chew it, not the cud.
He is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not touch. So like it. Of their flesh shall ye not eat. Of their carcass shall ye not touch.
The Lord said you shouldn't even, let alone eat it, you shouldn't even touch a filthy pig, man. Right? That animal is not clean to you, right? It was here to clean the waste of the earth, right? A pig will eat anything you put in front of it, sister. So I know our people love them ribs, them baby back ribs and all of that, but that filthy pig will put worms in your body and parasites, right? And it eats away at your flesh, and it causes cysts and cancer and all of these different things, right?
That's right.
And this is why, exactly, brother. This is why these things happen to us, because of the things that you consuming on a regular basis, right? We were not meant now. Far as the blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, God's chosen people, these laws was given to those people.
That's right.
Right? Now the other nations, they can eat those things, right?
That's right.
But we are the ones who suffer from high blood pressure, hypertension, right? Diabetes. You know why? Because those commandments was handed to our people.
That's right.
It wasn't handed to the rest. That's why all these other nations, they can eat all that crap. And they can be all right.
That's right.
But as far as those Hispanics and blacks and Native Indians,
Bring it out.
we can't eat that, right?
That's right.
Those right. Those things causes us to go into, hospital, have to have surgery. We don't
That's
know.
right. And these, Salakia, verse 8 of that, verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the water.
So he's going to tell you what you can eat that's in the waters now, right?
That's right.
Right? Read on.
Whatsoever have fins and scales.
Whatsoever have fins and scales. If you look right here, sister, take this picture. Right. If you look at that picture, that fish down there, you see it have fins and scales, right? You see it down at the bottom? That's what the Lord's saying that you can eat. You good, go ahead. Anything that have fins and scales, that's a clean fish, right? But if you look at the catfish that's right above it, and shrimp, the catfish on the side of it, it have fins, but it don't have no scales. You see the shrimp? All of that stuff are bottom feeders, right? Those are the things that causes worms and parasites, right? So read that again, verse 9, El.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the water, in the seas, and in the river, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that moves in the waters, and all any living thing, including seaweed, which is in the waters, thou shalt be an abomination unto you.
Should be what to you?
An abomination unto you.
Right. It shall be an abomination. That's a filthy thing, right? So when you eat shrimp, catfish, lobster, crab, all of those things are bottom feeders in the ocean, right? They was put there to clean the ocean. They are bottom feeders. They are abomination to the people who eat it. The Israelites.
That's right.
Right? The other nations, they can eat that stuff, but we can't eat that stuff. Our temple was not made for those things, and that's why we get sick. That's why we're dying at 65. You know what I mean? And that's why they pushed the, I remember you could retire at 60. They pushed it back 5 years because they want you to die. They don't want to be able to pay you while they know that, you may not live that long.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they done fed us all of these bottom feeders, man, which is killing us at a rapid pace, right? So give me that what you got, 20 and 8.
Exodus 20 and 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
Right, the Sabbath day, right? The Sabbath day is the Lord's day. You ever heard of the Sabbath day, sister? Right. The Sabbath day is the day that you give to the Lord, right? 6 days you do work. On the 7th day is a day of rest, right? No cooking, no working, no buying and selling. All of these things are prohibited on the Sabbath. Can't do those things on the Sabbath. You got 6 days to do all those things and prep and prepare for the Sabbath. When you know that the Sabbath is about to come in, you cut all that off. This is the day that you give to the Lord. Right? Read on.
Remember the Sabbath day.
Right.
Keep it holy.
Right.
6 days shalt thou labor and all thy work.
Right.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thou son, nor thou daughter.
Nobody in your house should be working, right? Anyone that live with you on the Sabbath day, everything shut down. No cooking, none of those things, right? Jump to 12.
Honor thy father, honor thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth.
Right. So verse 12 says that's another commandment. It's to honor your parents.
That's right.
Right? A lot of our young people, when we get our young people up here and we talk to them, these are the things that we explain to them. We go, this one of the major verses we go to, right? Honor your parents, right?
That's right.
Because, they so rebellious these days. The internet raising them, video games, all of these different things is hindering our children's growth, right? So when their parents talk to them, they rebel.
That's right.
But the Bible says this book is basic instructions, right?
That's right.
The Lord gave us instructions to abide by, right? This is how you build the civilization. This is what our people have gotten away from. We gotten away from keeping the laws of God.
That's
The
right.
simple laws of God,
Simple
right?
laws.
The churches tell us to just
Too many
keep the
systems in
faith.
the world.
But as we keep in the faith, we don't have nothing, no guidelines, right? When there's no guidelines, then you go out here, and that's why the whole church is sleeping with each other, right? Because there's no guidelines. If you go by the guidelines, you will know, oh, I can't sleep with that sister husband. I can't sleep with that sister if I don't want to marry her, right? If I don't want her in my life, why would I be sleeping with her, right? These are the things that keeps us going as a people.
That's right.
And when we get away from these things, now we're at the bottom. Now our children is out of control, right? This is why we don't know who we are today.
That's right.
Give me that, Jeremiah. You got a precept?
I got numbers.
Okay, let's go.
1538.
Oh, you talking about the fringes? Yeah. Okay. But you're going to change that. Give me that Jeremiah 17:4. Continue to read, brother.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Right. These are the things. Hey, brother, you got a minute for the word of God, brother?
2 minutes.
Come talk to us, brother. Right? All of these things the brother just read, man, these are the guidelines that keep us as a people. Right? Read that again, brother.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
That's a big one right there, right? Don't lie on your brother. Right?
That's right.
That's a big one in our community, man.
That's why we keep
Lying on each other.
That's a big one.
Right? Bearing false witness. Read on, brother.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Thou shalt not covet. Right? That's a big one in our community. Right?
Very big.
That's
right.
desiring. You know,
That's
you
right.
desiring what a brother want or what he have, I mean.
Jealousy.
Right? Jealousy. You see a brother with a nice car, man, I want his car. I'm gonna get his car. You know, that's covetous.
That's right.
Don't be a covetous. Don't covetous your brother's house, your neighbor's house. Right?
That's right.
Read on.
Here's one bigger than that. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
See that?
That's a big one.
That's right.
You know, that's adultery. That falls into sexual laws, man. You ready to sleep with your brother's wife, man? Right? These things is off. That's why the Lord had Moses write these things out, because he know these things will have you killing each other.
That's right.
That's what's going on now today. Majority of our people die today, man, because of a brother messing with somebody's wife and vice versa, right? Or a sister messing with somebody's husband, right? These are the things that make us be at odds with each other, man. Read on.
Nor his manservant, nor his maidservant.
That's right.
Okay, well, let's get this over here.
Yeah.
Give me this in Jeremiah, right? Because those are the things that hinders our people.
That's right.
And this what happened to our people, right? This why we don't know who we are today, because of these things. Because the Lord gave us these simple guidelines, and we got away from them. We continued to break them. So the Lord said, you know what? You want to continue to break my laws? I'm gonna do this to you.
That's right.
This whole book is about the Israelites.
Son.
You know who the Israelites are, sister?
I do. I was an Israelite when I was a baby.
You still an Israelite,
That's
sister.
right. It's in you. That's where you are.
That's your bloodline. You still an Israelite,
People
sister.
think that's a religion.
Israelite is not a religion, it's a cult, it's who you are. Right? That's who you are. You're an Israelite. That's not a religion. You're not Christian.
That's right.
You know?
That's a denomination, right? This is a bloodline, right? We inherit this from blood,
That's right.
from Shem and Abraham, Isaac, Jacob.
That's right.
It goes on and on. Christ was an Israelite, right? Can't nobody take that from you, sister. You still an Israelite.
That's
You just
right.
probably not practicing your tradition. And that's what we out here for, to bring you back to that, to tell you that's the main thing you have to do.
That's
Because
right.
when these nukes get to flying, when they get to shooting off these nukes, then we need to be covered by the Most High God.
Right. That's right.
And the Lord is going to give us the discernment to know what to do in that time.
All praise to
Right?
Hashem
Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. Read that. Show the sister what happened to her.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy inheritance that I gave thee.
This is why we don't know who we are, right? You see that sign, sister? Hebrew, slave,
That's right.
nigger, Negro, colored. All of these things are bywords. This is what man called us.
That's not our name.
This is not what the Lord called us.
That's right.
The Lord called you an Israelite,
That's right.
right? So you still an Israelite. Nobody can take that from you. That's who the Lord created you to be, right?
That's right.
A chosen sister of Zion, right? That's what you are. You a princess, right? Read that again.
And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
The Lord say what happened for our iniquity. Read on.
And I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in a land which thou knowest not.
You got off those slave ships. You didn't know this land. None of us did.
That's
Our
right.
ancestors didn't know what was going on. We just knew that we did. When we got here, they beat our heritage out of us. Told us our name was Toby and Sue, right?
Gave us their last name.
Cut your beard off, cut your manly badge off, because they wanted you to look in the mirror and feel like you was a boy,
That's right.
right?
And it's strength in the hell.
It's strength.
That's right.
That's why the Lord ordained for us to keep our manly badge, right? Keep your mane. That's what gave the distinction between the male lion and the female lion.
That's right.
Right? Your mane.
That's right.
When they send black people to prison, they want us to cut off our dreads and cut all our hair off because they know what's going on.
They want you to be looked at as a boy. You know. So the Lord, it's in the Bible that we keep our beards.
That's right.
When you see the Israelite men, that's why you see them with growing out their beards.
That's right.
Because the Lord wants you to have that manly badge, that honor, right? And He told you, don't cut it. Don't cut your beard. You can cut it down,
That's right.
but we can't cut through it, with a razor, right? Read that again from the top.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger.
What the Israelites did to the Lord?
Kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
That's why this has been going on with us for so long. This is not our first rodeo.
No.
America? No, we've been going through this from kingdom after kingdom after kingdom. It
That's
started
right.
with Egypt. Those was our ancestors in Egypt.
That's right.
Babylonians, Assyrians, Persian Medes, the Greeks, the Romans, right? And they branched off. This is still ran by those people. Same people still in power, right? But the Lord said when He returned, that's when we will remember ourselves in these last days. That's why we waking up right now. You see Israelites all up and down High Point, all up and through the earth, right? America at least. And when we waking up in other countries too as well.
That's right.
Right? Sierra Leone, all our people is waking up, right? But the misconception is that we are African people, right? We are not Hamites. Hamites are Africans.
That's right.
Right? There's a distinction between the Egyptians had our people in slavery. You ever heard when you hear? That's why you'll hear other nations of people say, "Well, black people had y'all in slavery first. They slaved other black people." Yeah, we all have the same color skin, but the East Indian man, you'll find the East Indian man darker than all of us.
That's right.
You'll find the Arab man darker than all of us. That doesn't make us the same people, right? So those Hamites that enslaved us, those were considered the African people, right? Our people migrated into Africa. We all in Africa now. A lot of our people are in Africa now, right? Because we migrated once they tore down the temple in 70 AD. Our people fled into Africa, right? Give me that in Luke, let me show her that, in Luke 21, 24. Yeah, give me Amos 3 and 1.
Luke 21 and 21.
Luke 21 and 24.
Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord have spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Hear the words that the Lord spoken against you, O children of Israel. Read on.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
See that? That's what we was just going into, the land of Egypt, right? Those are other Hamites. Those was Africans that had us in slavery, right? We are Shemitic people. We are from Shem. They are from Ham, right? Those are two different nations, right? Read on.
Saying, you only have I known.
What the Lord say?
You only have I known all the families of the earth.
The Lord said to the Israelites, the Lord created all nations, all things and all people. But He has a special people, right? He has a people who he gave his laws, statutes, and commandments to. The Lord said, you only have I known out of all nations of the earth. And what did he say after that?
You only have I known all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquity.
I will punish you. Saying, I know all the, yeah, they time is coming.
That's right.
Well, they're going to have to face it too. But right now I'm dealing with my people. You the people that I gave the law, statutes, and commandments to. So therefore I will punish you for all of your iniquity, right? You ever done something and be like, man, wow, you just did it, and it just, man, why this happening to me, right? Other people just go on and just go through life getting away with everything. It seemed like that, right? But their time is coming, right? But the Lord is dealing with his people. He's dealing with the blacks, Latinos, Native Indians, right? The people who have been oppressed and oppressed and oppressed, right? We are all the same people. We just was dropped off in different regions of the earth, right? Show what happened in 70 AD. That's Luke 21:24, right? So this is when the Romans came and took over and wrecked the kingdom in Israel. We had to get out of that. We had to flee from Roman persecution, and our people went to the four corners of the earth. Some of our people went into Europe. Some of our people went farther east in the Middle East. But majority of our people migrated into Africa.
That's right.
Right? And that's why a lot of our people are still there. Right?
Also, sister, I want to say, you know, God has a special people, just like if we have children, it's certain things that certain children can get away with that the next one can't get away with. So when everybody says, oh, God treats everybody the same, that's not true. He loves everyone equally. That's clearly not true if you read this.
Right.
So just to put that to you.
Right.
That's right. Because God has a special people.
That's right.
Right? Which are the Israelites. You got that for me, Elder?
This is the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 24.
Get out.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations.
You hear that? It's talking about the Israelites. It says the Israelites should be led away by the sword
That's right.
and be captive into all nations, right? Now, every nation had their chance in slavery, right? But it's a difference between chattel slavery and being a servant, or volunteering yourself into servitude because it's a famine or something in the land, right? Because that's what a lot of people like to say, well, everybody was in slavery. No, everybody wasn't in chattel slavery, right? We didn't volunteer for slavery. We was took from our land and stolen and forced into slavery, right? That's the difference, right? So the Bible says that we will fall by the edge of the sword and be led away captive into all nations. And that's another thing. Other people, all these other nations didn't go in slavery into all nations. We've been into slavery, like I just told you, the Egyptians, right? The Babylonians, that was Hamites too. The Babylonian kingdom, they was Hamites, they was Africans. The Assyrians, right? And the Persian Medes, those was the Arabs and the East Indians, right? The Greeks, those are the Caucasian people, right?
That's right.
This is being in captivity under all nations, right? Several times, right? The Silk Road slave trade, those was the Chinamen, right? And all of these different nationalities, Sub-Saharan, all these different nationalities had the children of Israel in slavery. That's why it's going to be a hierarchy in the kingdom. Right? All nations will be in the kingdom, but they have to go into servitude because they have a judgment because what they did to God's chosen people. They have to go, and if you make it to the kingdom, you have to be in servitude. So we're going to be serving Hamashiach Yahushua, who is Jesus Christ. We're going to be serving him, and we're going to show these people how to serve God. They have to learn how to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? This is when we get out of it, when this kingdom is finished. Because this kingdom not going to last forever, sister. Right? So we will read that again. This is what happened in 70 AD.
And this is the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Right. And that's what's happening now. The Gentiles, the other nations, are in control right now. This is during the time of 70 AD, and that nation, those Europeans been ruling ever since.
That's right.
And the Bible said they're going to be in rulership until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
That's right.
So this is their kingdom right now. This is their time, right? And then after that, we up next.
That's right.
Right? This is our last captivity, right? Give me that. Lamentations, give me that in Lamentation 4 and 20 and 21, I believe.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Lamentation 4 is going to tell you this is your last captivity. This is the Israelites' last captivity under Esau. Esau is the so-called Caucasian man, right? I think it's 20 and 21, I believe. Where you at?
20 and 21.
Yeah. Chapter 4.
Right, chapter 4.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, 20 and 21. Those are the last two verses?
21 and 22.
Okay, let me see where it started. 20. Okay, start at 21 and 22.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughters of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz.
Right, so that's talking about the Caucasian man, right? Read that.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Right. So he's saying the cup is going to pass through to you as well, right? Read on.
Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself made. Verse 21. The punishment of thine iniquities is accomplished, O daughters of Zion.
Right. So he's talking to the Israelites. He's saying the punishments are almost at an end. Oh, daughters of Zion, the people of Zion. Zion in Jerusalem, right? So he's talking to the Israelites, right? Read 22 again. Start there.
The punishment of thine iniquities is accomplished, O daughters of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquities, O daughters of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
So he's saying, the Lord is telling you, like, he's not going to punish you anymore, right? Once this kingdom is up, once the Lord cracked the sky and pulled this place down, that's when we're not going to be under their submission anymore, right? They're not going to have their foot in our necks anymore. They had a perpetual hatred against us since their birth.
That's right.
Right? And the Bible tells you that. Give me the book of
Amos
1 and 11. Let me just give you a couple more, sister. Yeah. Thanks for stopping, getting this history, getting this lesson, sister. So, you know you're an Israelite, sister. Just come back to keeping the faith in. I know you probably keep the faith in Christ, right? So, you know, all you have to do is start back keeping the Sabbath, sister. Keeping, you know, the laws we went over, dietary law. You know, don't eat them pigs. Don't eat all that catfish, shrimp, crab, lobster. You know, all of these different things. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is saying he's going to raise up the Israelites, and Esau, which are the so-called European nations, they have a major judgment that they have to pay. Right?
That's right.
And it's going to show you why. Read that. 1 and 11.
Amos chapter 1, verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast of all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually.
Right. He had a perpetual hatred towards his brother, right? And cast off all pity. He had no pity, no empathy for him, right? And that's what they're doing now. Like, when you look at these images, man, like, this shows you that these people have no type of empathy for you, right? They didn't care if it was a child. They didn't care if it was an elderly person. They had no empathy. And that's what the Bible says. Read that again.
Amos chapter 1, verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
Right.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast of all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually.
anger temper perpetually. You got something for me?
I was looking for that. He didn't lead us in captivity.
13
And he
and
kept his
9.
wrath forever.
And he kept his wrath on us, right? They keep their foot in our neck forever, right? And it's been going on since we got off those slave ships. It's been going on since. It haven't stopped, man. Right?
That's right.
But the Lord told us we would go through these things, man. You know why? Because we refuse to just listen to them guidelines.
That's right.
We continue to tear each other down, sleep with each other's wives, be drunkards, get high, go out here partying. Our sisters wearing God knows what, showing off their behind like crazy. Like our vibration is so low.
It's us.
It's at
It's
a,
us doing it.
yes, it's at an all-time low. These other nations, they copy us. They look at everything we do and they emulate it. But then you see how low our people go. Like we go down to like, it's
So low.
it makes you want to like just pull your beard out. Like what is happening, man?
God.
But it's a judgment going to happen to those people, and all nations who did that to us. This is their judgment right here.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and 9.
Read out.
Salaki, 13 and 10. 9. If any man has an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
The Bible said, if you lead a people into captivity, man, it's only right that you go into captivity. Right? So when we stand out here and we tell these people that you have a judgment coming to you, they think it's hate.
That's right.
They think it's hate speech. No, we out here reading the Bible. We're telling you, thus saith the Lord. What goes around, it comes around.
That's right.
Right? God he's a God of balance.
Just God.
Right? He's a just God. He's a God of balance.
God.
You think he's just going to do this let you just go out here and rape, rob, murder, steal, colonize people's land, do all of these atrocities, and then just waltz right into the kingdom? Come on, man. The Lord don't get down like that.
That's right.
You reap what you sow.
That's right.
You put all this into the land, so that's why this land, they can't give us reparations. Nothing that they can do can give us reparations, right? I'm gonna show you how the Lord is going to get his just due with this kingdom. Give me the book of Numbers 35 and 33. Right? That's how the Lord is going to. That's how we're going to get recompense. The Bible tells us how. Right?
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35 and verse 33. 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood is defiled the land.
Blood defiles the land, right? That's all that happened in this land over here is bloodshed. Even before we stepped a foot over here, our people was here already.
That's right.
The Native Indians, Christopher Columbus stole this land from them.
That's right.
Before our tribe got here, the Northern Kingdom was here already.
I was here.
This brother is a Northern Kingdom brother.
That's right.
He's a Native Indian.
That's right.
So his ancestors was already robbed, raped, pillaged, right? Showed these people how to cure themselves from pox, measles, and chicken pox and all of that. And these people turn around and kill and slaughter all these people like that. Blood defiles the land.
That's right.
Read on.
So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood is defiled the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
The Lord say the only way that we would get reparations, man, is for blood.
That's
Your blood has to be spilled.
That's right.
You did all of this to these people, all of this atrocities. So guess what's got to happen for the reparations and the recompense to happen? It has to be your blood. The person who spilled the blood, his blood has to be spilled.
That's right.
That does say the Bible.
It says the Bible. But let
Right.
people tell it God wouldn't do that.
Right.
But it says it in there. That's right.
And that's another misconception, brother. A lot of our people just think, oh, Jesus is all love. God is all love.
Yeah.
When Jesus was whipping them people,
That's right.
you know why he was whipping them? Because they was defiling his father's temple, right? Christ is not all love. He loves you if you do the will of his father. But if you out here acting a fool, thinking you can do what you want to do, then guess
Spit
what?
you out of his mouth. He will not
That's
know
what got to happen to you.
That's
Read that
right.
one more time, yo.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood is defiled the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Man cannot be cleansed but by the blood of the person who shedded the blood.
That's right.
Even
Yeah, that's about good right there. Right? That's why the Lord says this in Job
27:13.
7. Yeah, give me that.
13.
Job chapter 27:13. This is the portion of a wicked man with God.
This is the portion of a wicked man with God, right?
All right. I'm going around.
And the heritage of oppressors,
This is for the wicked oppressors, right? Read.
which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword.
The Lord said this is the portion of a wicked oppressor, man. If his children be
It will
multiplied,
be with the sword.
it is for the sword.
That's right.
God.
So his children have to pay for the iniquity of their fathers.
That's right.
That's what we have to go through. We have to pay for what our forefathers did, right? And that's what God said about the oppressors.
And his offspring. Look what he said.
And his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread.
They're not going to be satisfied. That's why they're around here. They don't care. They got all this opportunity, all the things. They can do whatever they want, and they still act like spoiled brats. They're not even satisfied with what they got, right? So your children are going to be for the sword, and then they're not going to be satisfied with nothing that the oppressor give them, right? That's going to be the punishment, right? That's what's going to happen in these end days, sister. And if we don't want to go to that lake of fire, our people, then we have to come back to the covenant. We got to come back to the covenant that the Lord gave his people, right? The law, statutes, and commandments. That's the covenant. You're an Israelite, sister. So don't forget that, because that's your heritage. That's what's going to get you up out of here.
That's right.
I used to belong to a church down there, but like you said, it's craziness happening in these churches.
Yeah.
So when I hear you, I'm going to come and listen to you.